What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today, and we are back for a bit more league racing action here on F1 2017. This is, of course, TOR Pacific. We're here for the penultimate round number 13 here at the Mexican Grand Prix. If you've been wondering where the tables have been lately, to be honest, they haven't really been updated at all, really. So it's been a bit lackluster, if I'm honest. So apologies about that. It's out of my hands, really. So anyway, we're here under perfect skies here around the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. As you can probably see there on about to start the hot lap here. You can see a few guys already retiring. I think Rain and Dominator have already retired from the session already. So we haven't even started our first run here yet. So look, I'm not going to lie here. Didn't have the ideal practice going into this event. Pretty much just through a last-minute setup, and it changed a little bit of the setup. Was the last time I raced around Mexico was probably, what was it, AOR probably in season 1. So it's been a long while since I've been around the Mexican circuits. I had to reacquaint myself a little bit. You can just tell this first lap was just pretty much sort of a write-off, really. Just trying to sense out the track again. Like get used to it again, sort of thing. So you can see I'm probably making a lot of mistakes around a few of these corners. And coming through, I think this is turn 11, where it took way too much corner cut there, and that's pretty much invalidated my lap time. So I did really push on a little bit, but in the end, it was all to no avail, really. So I decided to peel off and just come straight back to the lane. Actually sped into the pit lane, so that was really cool. But yeah, let's just say the last couple of rounds have not been ideal. I mean, Singapore, not great outside the top 10. Of course, if you're wondering where Malaysia was, like I said, there isn't one. I did not take part in that weekend. Japan, an absolute shocker in the wet. That just shows you how bad my wet form is. We could probably see here as well, I went out from a second run, but you could tell that was not my setup. Unfortunately, for some unknown reason, I don't know what it is, whether it's just this Mexican circuit or what, but I actually got the setup glitch, so pretty much I had to come racing back round. I did put on a new fresh set of Ultra Softs. I had to come back and pretty much come back around, or do a quick fly around of the track, come back in, and actually reload my setup, which was, let's just say it wasn't ideal. But I wasn't the only one, apparently, because I think Zombie and Owens were in the party with me during this race, but mainly Zombie. He actually had the same glitch as well. I'm not sure if anybody else had the exact same glitch, but you can just see now I'm just rearranging the setup again to pretty much something close to what I had it before. I couldn't quite remember what I had before, but I actually had the opportunity to change the brake pressure as well, because I did not feel comfortable at all with what the brakes I had put in earlier. So anyway, I had to put on the third set of Ultra Soft tyres anyway, so pretty much only got, what do we got, 3 minutes. It probably won't be too long before we come across the line anyway, so probably be about a minute 50 maybe left in the session. So basically it's just going to be a repeat of Japan. Just try for one lap and just see where we end up. So here we go. Lining up here, straight down to turn 1. It's a very long straight. Here comes Warden coming out of the pits. Very, very long straight. You pretty much flat attack through here. Brake about the 100-meter board. Got to try not to slide through these corners here. Turn 1 and 2. Probably ran a little bit wide through 2 and 3. Compromise turn 3. But now up into turn 4. Revving it out of 7th gear. I thought that was probably an ideal way. Just going by the times that was said earlier, Timmy's is still on provisional pole for the moment. We're about 2/10 off him. I was surprised I actually didn't get a corner cut coming through that right-hander. Fens goes to the top with a 14.8, I think it is. So that's damn quick for Fens around this track. So now coming through this left right-hander, which caught me out. I avoided that corner that I cut in the first lap around big time, but we're way down the field. I think it's about 1.6 off Fens' current pole time. Now coming into the baseball stadium here. It's always a good part of the track around here. Now we're just going to try and get a nice run out of, not the greatest of runs, I'll admit. They're very wide, come across the line. I only did a 16.9, so not great, I'll admit, like I said. But anyway, I decided to push on anyway, to see maybe if I could try and get another lap out of it. It was probably a long shot, but you can tell with Sector 1, we're nearly 2/10 up on my previous time. I'm currently at P6 at the moment, just ahead of Master Berserk, who's qualified on the soft tyres, but you can just see now I just ruined my lap completely running through, I think it was like turn 7 or 8, one of the two. And again, just like lap 1, the first run anyway, corner card as well, so that was pretty much my qualifying session done. So I just ran wide and just decided to just stay out of everyone's road here. It was just mainly Warden and I think someone else, possibly New Zealand Ryan, I think, from memory, but I think Warden may have stuffed up his lap anyway. He's just pretty much crashed. So in the end, Fens was not troubled. Pretty much got pole. New Zealand Ryan qualifies second. Shout out to Timmy. He got a great job in P3 and Neon in 4th. There's a few other guys a bit down the order there. I think Rain, Dominator and Jared didn't set a lap. So get to the race under perfect skies. Planning to do the 2-stop. I was not keen at all on trying the 1-stop. There possibly could be a few guys that could do the 1-stop. But you can see now the formation lap. At this point of the season, I don't think really anybody cares about the formation lap. You see Warden and Fens having a little touch there, and they actually got disqualified, both of them. So you can see I just absolutely don't give a complete fuck really about the corners at all. So I think myself and Zombie had the same idea. So there is probably a few differing strategies along the way, as Rain is now disqualified. But this was not ideal, I'll admit, coming through that corner. I was trying to slide my way through that corner, but it just didn't really work out. So you'll be able to see a bit further on that I get a very weird, have a very weird moment through here. Coming through here, I slide the car, just coming through here normally, and then get disqualified for going too slow, apparently, which I thought was a bit unfair, but anyway, it is what it is. But we're all set now for round number 13 here in the Mexican Grand Prix. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Mexico, and it's, again, not the greatest of starts, an absolute terrible start. Warden got a ripper, and I think Master Berserk again has got another ripper as well. Now going on into turn 1, there's been a bit of chaos already in the back of the pack so far. I decided to stay out of this chaos just in case there was going to be drama. There is drama already. I think someone may have got spun then. But we're getting a little bit of a tag there. I think that was from maybe Penske. If you're wondering why Brock does stuff is in the Red Bull, he didn't actually pick the right car at the start of the lobby. So anyway, going to the inside there of Brock. Actually had the corner cut there. Jared's line's been compromised big time here. Do the crisscross on Brock and get the move done. Timmy's being a bit battered and bruised here at the start of the race. He's going a bit backwards here at the start after starting P3. I think it's possibly his best qualifying so far this season, but now settling in here through this left-right hander here, trying to just get a nice run here, better than Jared, but Brock's got a better run on me coming down into the baseball stadium now, but he goes for a big dive bomb here, that doesn't really work. Surprised I actually didn't get front wing damage from that, but I think that's Timmy looking up the inside of Penske. Dominator's in there as well. There's a little bit of contact between those two. Puts Dominator off a little bit, but we survived the first lap. Actually, Brock has left the session. He was having internet issues, and if you do follow him on Twitter, you'll understand what the hell happened to him. So it's just the lap 2. A lot of us were trying to get the slipstream off the car, but once someone leaves anyway, whether it's from a disconnection or just leaves because of anger or something, slipstream doesn't really matter much. But you just see there's a whole gaggle of cars there up in front here. Penske was holding up a lot. Timmy's under attack here from Dominator. They had to cut the corner there big time, and Timmy's being swamped here. So starting P3, he's down back to P11. Have a look here up the side. It's a big late move here for Timmy on Jared. That's not worked out. Jared gives him one back. I don't blame him, to be honest, but now going to inside here of Timmy. Get a little touch from him. I was expecting that, to be honest, but now just still going around the outside, but it hasn't really worked out, so we're going to have to size him down the front straight here. As much slipstream as we can. I was hoping to avoid him a little bit just because of possibility of lag. That was the only reason I was trying to avoid getting out of his slipstream a little bit earlier. But getting down here into turn 1, we have to squeeze him out. There's a little bit of contact between us. Still on the outside, we have to give him a big squeeze out there, and there you go. That's us somehow into P11. That's dropped us back a lot of time, especially to DRC Jared up the road there. He's on the soft tyres. There's quite a few differing strategies, like I said. So if you guys started on the super softs, and I think both Force India boys of Warden and Master Berserk, I think, started on the soft tyres. So there's going to be a few differing strategies, and I think the guys that started the bottom, well, Jared is on the soft tyres, obviously, but I think Dominator and Rain possibly on the super soft tyres started. But Jared actually came in at the end of lap 3, which I was a bit surprised about, but he must have got damage or something that he couldn't hold on to. So a bit of a shame there for Jared. Not been having a great time here at TOR, but he's a battle up in front here. So run wide there through coming into the baseball section. Dominator and Penske having a battle. Dominator's had a moment there. See, we're going to go up the inside here in the final corner here. Go side by side here. I think Timmy's going to follow us here, and he does Timmy. So Dominator's really dropped back. Now back into, I think it's P11. So now we're going to get the slipstream here on Penske. It is, like I said, a little bit of lag, but you see how much we gain here coming into turn 1. Look at how much we gain on Penske here. He's not having a great race. Look at we've got us 4 here really on our own. The rest of them are at their own pack up a bit further up the road. But now trying to have a good run here on our Penske coming into the baseball section here. Can't quite get it down here yet, but we're going to send it here up the inside here. He leaves us the room. We have to go back to first gear there, trying to get a bit of drive out there, but that doesn't really work at all. But just coming into the final corner here, gets a big lot of wheel spin and actually hits the wall coming into the pits. He probably has to come in and pit anyway. That's a big disaster for Penske. Let's have a look at the replays from the start. He's on board with Owens in the McLaren. A fairly relatively good start. You can see New Zealand Ryan trying to get the slipstream off Fens. Owens trying to go around the outside. I think of either, can't remember if it's Timmy or Neon Trito, possibly Neon. They avoided all the melee there. Probably a little bit of contact there with Warden, but you can see, I think Fens is maybe been under attack from Neon Trito. Coming up a bit further, yes he is, so he holds on for now. Probably tried to do the crisscross, but couldn't quite do it. Here's a replay from the rear. Like I said, I did think Dominator would start on super soft tyres. Actually, Rain got started on soft tyres. There was a little contact between Rain and Dominator, which coincided with Jared getting caught up, and so that might explain why he had to come into the pits. Possibly front wing damage, but here he goes up the inside. There was a little bit of contact between Timmy and I think that's Master Berserk. Brock was pretty much coming out of nowhere. How the hell he survived that, I have literally no idea without getting front wing damage. That's amazing there from Dominator. He'd probably be breathing a sigh of relief as well. Now going up the inside here of Jared, who's running well and truly wide here. See Penske and Timmy having a battle here. Coming up into turn 6 and 7. There's a little bit of contact, and you could say a little bit of a bump and run for Penske, but he gets the move done on Timmy. Now as I said, he was mainly under attack here from Dominator. Trying to get a good run here through that S section here. Now cut a bit further on here. He looks up the inside. Timmy has a look here on Penske, gives him a little shove, but it's pushed a little wide there. Dominator tried to get a good run, but couldn't. Got caught up on the curb too much. It's a little Penske having a bit of a moment actually coming onto the front straight. You can just see, look at the amount of slipstream trying to get off each other. Dominator's under attack from Jared. Timmy is still putting pressure on Penske, but nothing really changes much here. It's a little bit further on. Again, Timmy putting pressure here on Penske. Runs it a little bit wide there just to try to bit of the crisscross here, and Timmy thinks about it, but decides against it. It's a little bit of a close call there with Dominator. It's now cut a bit further on. Dominator actually got by, I think Timmy made a mistake, one of the two, but now he's paddling hard here with Penske for P8. It's a little bit of shoving going on here, a little bit cheeky from Penske. Probably got a little shove there from Dominator onto the curb, but now there's a little bit of contact there, and still being squeezed there. Trying to go around the outside, gets squeezed off the track there, does Dominator. Now trying to get a crisscross here, good run here. Actually gets quite a good run compared to Pesky. Had a terrible run coming out of turn 6, I believe it is now 7. This fast left-right hander here is trying to get a good run here. Maybe size him up into turn 12. Actually does get a good run here, does Dominator. Just probably go around the outside here. This was going on while I was not far behind, but he goes in way too deep. As Penske is a little bit of sideways action from Dominator. Nearly had the run there, but he gets a little bit on the power too early there. I think that explains why he had the spin. And here comes myself. Give him a little shove there, and obviously it brings Timmy along with me. So there's a lot happening here up and down the mid-pack here. Here's a replay on board with Neon Tridome. There's been a little bit of drama here between the two leaders that have come together. That's New Zealand Ryan and Fens. They've come together. That's given Neon the lead of the race. But what the heck is going on there? There's another replay here. It looks like, don't know what actually happened. Maybe Fens got into Ryan, and maybe New Zealand Ryan's trying to get a little bit of payback there for what happened. I'm not really sure, but that all looked a little bit chaotic there. Now Fens putting back pressure again on Ryan. It runs a little bit wide. It probably gets shoved a little bit wide actually, but here comes Warden up the inside. Gets a nice move done on Owens. Now he's going to come under attack here from Rain, is he? There's someone up the inside there. Oh, a little bit of oversteer coming onto the front straight there. Not sure who the other car is that's passing Rain there, but a bit further on, lap 6 is look at a battle here. It's Fens on New Zealand Ryan. So he's being swapped here as Ryan. Now up inside goes, outside goes Warden. So Ryan's dropped back from 2nd to 4th, space of a couple of corners. It's lap 6. This is the biggest save I think you'll ever see. I don't know how the hell I survived that, and probably Dominator would have probably thought the same thing, but you can just see now he's really starting to catch me. Had to cover off the inside line here into turn 2. Had to try and get into first gear as quick as I could, running very wide there. Coming into the last couple of corners. Now going to go into the front straight here. He's got a nice run here, this Dominator, but he just doesn't quite have enough at this stage. But the slipstream shouldn't be too long. I go straight to the inside line here to try and break it, but he's all over it. He's an expert, he's Dominator. He knows everything well at the racing side of things. So a little bit of a lock-up going into this left-right hander here. A little bit sideways there, actually. It loses me a heap of momentum on board with Dominator in the top right. You can see they makes that pass so easy, so I think I just decided to basically let him go and just do his own thing. So we're on different strategies anyway, so it probably doesn't really matter at this stage. Getting a little bit sideways out of that corner, and probably getting a little bit of update about where the pit stops are happening, but there's another corner cut and a 3-second time penalty. She ran very wide coming out of 11 there, so very easy to do there. It's hard to go through that left-right hander from 10 and 11, but here comes Owens. There's a little bit of contact there with, I think that's Rain, is it, up the inside, which now is a bit more stuff going on in the background here. I think Zombie's now put the move on Rain. Yes, he has, so Zombie now up into P6. Haven't seen much of him so far. It's beginning lap 8. Now under a bit of attack here from Master Berserk, who, like I said, he's on the soft tyres, so can run long if he wants to maybe go on possibly set of ultra soft spin later on. Which I mean he'll be very quick later on in the race, but they're just trying to hold him off as much as I can be, but he's just got much better pace compared to myself, so probably going to have a look down here at the inside here into turn 3, not turn 3, turn 4. Pretty much decided to let him go. Think about it going back up the inside here, but decided against it. Runs a little bit wide through this 2 left-handers here. But manages to hold on. I decided to follow in Master Berserk for a little bit, just to like suss out lines, maybe get the odd slipstream here. Probably start to pull away here from Timmy as well. And they got a bit of yellow flag action there as well. That's probably may explain it. On board we go with the reigning champion in Warden. knows he has to hand over the number 1 at the end of the season. Up the inside he goes on Fens. A little bit of contact is there, or is that lag? Yeah, hard to say, but it's turned Fens around actually. Fens is pretty much a punching bag at this stage of the race. He's been battered from pillar to post really. Now there's another corner cut there. I've lost count of how many corner cuts I've got so far, so I'm still just following on Master Berserk here. The rears are starting to really burn up a lot here, so instead of risking it, I decided to come in at the end of the lap here and just come in for the first of the 2 pit stops. There's New Zealand Ryan actually probably got held. I think he actually got held up a little bit there by both myself and Timmy. But interestingly, Ryan is on the soft tyres, I should say, not super softs. I'm on the super softs. I think Timmy is as well. But Ryan going for the long run here. He has been known to make it to the end on a set of soft tyres. So don't rule out the race win again for New Zealand Ryan, who is of course TOR champion after the Japanese Grand Prix. It's another corner cut warning there. Here's Owens on lap 11. In for a super soft tyres, so he's going for the 2 stop as well. Nice stop from the McLaren boys. Lap 11 we go. There's a little bit of a lock up there, but I don't know what it is. I just try to misjudge this corner quite a lot, and you probably see throughout the rest of this video how many mistakes I make through that corner there. Don't know what it is, where you just have to brake a little bit. Fens does the fastest lap of the race. We do ours with a 190. We go into the 119s, so I think it was like a 19.385. Fens now into the 17s. End of lap 12. But pretty much nothing's been happening here, and I was still struggling a lot with the setup. You just tell no practice really does hurt a lot around here at this place. So actually another corner cut and another penalty. So racking up the penalties. We've dropped way back from New Zealand Ryan, who's pulled away a massive gap here. At lap 15 we go. I think this is possibly my personal best. Yeah, my fastest lap actually, 19.337, and another corner cut there. Obviously I was doing a lot of this throughout this race anyway, so I think you'll see in a minute there's 2 and a couple of corners here, so there's the second one. Another 3-second time penalty, so definitely racking up the penalties at this point in the race. Now here comes Dominator in for possibly, is he going for the 1 stop? No, maybe the 2 stop actually. Another set of super soft tyres. Release. Was taking those tyres a long way, about 15 odd laps, so he's done pretty well. And actually coming on to lap 16, comes out literally just in front of me here. I'm trying to get his slipstream straight away just to see if I can make a pass on it in here, but Dominator won't be mucking around here at all. He's come out just ahead of me, only just, wasn't by much, but you just see now he just starts to pull away a little bit. I thought I had a little bit more of an opportunity now, but I think it's pretty much gone out the window. Coming through these next few corners now, so I think you'll probably see in the next straight here after turn 6, you'll probably see him pull away a little bit. So anyway, Owens now putting a bit of pressure here on DRC Jared. He's got New Zealand Ryan. Oh, there's a bit of lock up there. We're through turn 6, but there's a bit of close battle between these guys. Lap 17, you can see now there's another car coming out of the pits. That's actually Zombie on the ultra soft tyres, again doing exactly what I was trying to do, the exact same thing what I did to Dominator, but you can see Zombie's well and truly ahead. He's on a set of ultra soft tyres, so he could take these possibly for a long while. What the heck is that, Zombie? That was a very long exit curve there. I actually got the warning for that, which I was very surprised about. But anyway, you can see here, ran a little bit wide coming out of turn 5, I should say. Now got Timmy up the inside, gives me a little touch there. Wasn't really thrilled about that when I felt that. So coming now to turn 7, he's around the outside here. Literally just push him wide a little bit here and keep hold of the position for now. That's holding on to P11. It's going to be very difficult to get into the points, but this battle's still going on here with, was it 6th, 7th and 8th. Jarrett in 6th. I think he's on a different strategy. Owens, of course, on a 2-stop. New Zealand Ryan obviously going for the 1-stop. So Jarrett getting a little bit sideways here. And I think you'll see here, I think he just pulls off, just decides to let them go here. And literally, New Zealand Ryan actually comes up the inside and takes Owens a spot. So it's an easy 2 spots for Ryan. Up in the P6 he goes. But again here, I'm still struggling a lot. I did tinker with the brake bias probably a little bit during this race, but it just didn't feel comfortable at all. Don't know what it was really, but anyway, cut lap 20. Got Zombie putting a bit of pressure here on Dominator. Around the outside here. Dom's doing a really good job holding it. Moving around the outside. There's always a little bit of contact between those two. Still more contact going on here. What is going on? Dude may have a look up the inside. Does he? Not quite. Zombie runs a little bit wide, but I think he holds on to the position. Does try a little bit of a crisscross, but I don't think it really works out. So anyway, lap 19, have a little bit of a bit of oversteer there coming onto the front straight now. I think Jarrett is now pitted as well. So we're pretty much on our own here. Lap 21, you can see Rain just coming out of the pits now. So yeah, I'll say not a lot happened around these next few laps. Anyway, replay here with Neon Tridome, who's leading the race at the moment. Still got another pit stop to do. I think Fenn's exactly the same thing here. But I think he actually gets a little bit of a tag here, does Neon, and there goes Fenn's up the inside. If you're wondering where the audio is, for some unknown reason, it decided to play up a little bit, so I do apologise about that. It's just out of my hands, really. But and Neon just trying to get a bit of slipstream here, but I think Fenn's just now started to pull away. Now Zombie on the attack again, coming at Owens for P5. He's going around the outside here, which will probably turn it into the inside line for this next corner. Owens put up a bit of a fight. There's a little bit of contact between these two. Now skips across the curb there. It's lost Owens all momentum here. Now Dominator will probably have a look up here into turn 4. Go right around the outside here. Can he hold it? He might actually do it. And he does give it a little bit of a shove there. And actually, Warden actually gets 2 spots fairly easy there. So, nice move for Warden. Around the outside there. There's another corner cutting penalty. I sometimes wonder why I add these into the videos anyway. But, yeah, another big lock up here into the baseball section. Rain is not too far behind. I knew it was just going to be a matter of time, really. There's a run wide there coming into the final turn 16. I think it's 17. If I get the corner numbers wrong, I do apologise. But anyway, lap 22. You're still holding Rain off for the time being. I did actually think he was probably going to have a look up here, maybe at turn 7, or maybe have a look a bit further on at turn 12. No, just decides to sit in behind for the time being. Probably the dirty air is probably not helping his cause. Actually, come another warning, of course, and another 3-second time penalty. Here comes Dominator back up the inside of Zombie and gets the move back. So, very quick succession there for Dominator. But, yeah, still back to us. Coming now onto the front straight now. But again, lap 23. Rain is just all over the rear of us here. I said it wasn't going to be too long. I didn't really cover the inside line here like I did the previous time, so I decided to pretty much just roll off the throttle and just let him go here, because he was way quicker than me at the time, and I knew I had another pit stop to do anyway. So that's put Rain up into P9 and myself up into P10. And I think he just does a little weave here to say thank you. So no worries, Rain, for letting you through there. My absolute pleasure. It puts us now back into P10. It's a bit further on. There's a few guys in the lane. So Zombie and I think Neon came in as well. That end of lap 23. So did move us up a little bit. Tyre wear getting up in the 50s at the rears especially. Didn't actually feel too bad. I was really hoping to push on a little bit just so I could find a good spot to maybe get the Ultras home. That was Brock's AI car. He never rejoined the session, if you're wondering. So there's another person in there. That's actually Master Berserk in. Like I said, going for the ultra soft tyres, so he could possibly get those to the end if he doesn't burn them up too early. That was an absolute terrible corner there from myself. Just say I was a bit furious about it. And again, it's running wide here through turn 5. I just don't know. Probably just don't have to roll the car through there. You probably have to put a little bit of brake on there as well. But Dominator came in and literally Fence came out right alongside us. So I got the big momentum here over Fence. We can move up into P5. Zombie sets the fastest lap into the low 117s. Looks like a 117.2, 2.3. So there's a little bit of contact there with myself and Fens, I think so. Well, felt like it was contact. I'm not sure if I actually gave Fens front wing damage there. I didn't intend to. But it was just a bit of the oversteer there from obviously the tyres starting to wear out a little bit. But I was hoping to maybe get these tyres maybe to like 27 or 28 at best, just to get home on a set of ultras. So Dominator comes in for the ultras, so he's doing roughly about 10 laps to the end. Then here where he comes out, because Master Berserk actually came in the lap before. There he goes on the front straight. I think that's pretty much stayed the same. So again, still locking up. This is just pretty much a constant throughout this whole video here as well. So we should take those out in the future maybe. But Owens came in as well in laps 20 at the end of start of lap 27. Zombie again now setting the fastest lap. I think that was actually wrong the first time, but proved me wrong. I think that last lap was an 11.223. So anyway, Owens came in for his set of, I can't remember what the tyres were on, but you just see now there's a little bit of a battle coming up behind me. There's actually Neon Tridome and Master Berserk here, so I decided to let them go here, but all my worry, I just ran a bit wide and, well, I just don't know what to say, really. I could not believe that happened. Coming around that corner especially. Because I thought I was out of it. Maybe it was just because I lost the front wing. And, well, obviously the rest is history. So that's back-to-back DNFs for myself. As Jared came in for a set of ultra soft tyres. Master Berserk's actually retired from the session. So I was pretty much scrolling through them. Where is that? That's down here at turn 7. It's a really weird spot there for Berserk. Maybe, and he was pretty filthy at some of the driving during this race, I can tell you, in the Twitter chat. So, won't tell you what he actually said. But anyway, kind of a few laps later, Neon's a bit under attack here from Dominator. Like I said, different tyre strategies between these two. So one's on ultras, one's on super softs. Dom going right around the outside here. Can he hold it? Uses a bit of extending the track limits there, I feel, but a bit further on. Dom just still holding on for now. Neon trying to go around the outside here. He trying to do a little bit of a crisscross here. Dominator runs very wide there. Does Neon have a look up the inside here? Yes, he does. It's a little bit of a touch there. Somehow still surviving after all this. Now see what he can do down the front straight here. He should have DRS and hopefully a bit of ridge mix, so probably size him up here. Zombie is not too far behind in P7, but he is nearly on the limit. It was a little bit of a weird moment there. Whether that was just lag or just Neon just getting out of the road there, but goes right round the outside, does Neon. And I think he gets the spot. Yes, he does. So back up into P5 for Neon. Great battling in the mid-pack. Jarrett's just the fastest lap of the race from memory. So this pretty much continued on, I think, as well. A bit further on, Dominator got the move back, lap 31. So that's now put him up into P5. I think that was P5 anyway. Zombie again using every bit of extension track there. That battle's still going on between those two. That might have been the early battle we saw earlier, but you can see here, I put it on Penske here because he's actually got two punctures on the left-hand side, which he's probably just worn out his tyres too much here. Probably tried to go for the limit, but didn't really work. And obviously, he spun coming out through turn 9, I believe it is. That's really dropped him down. So Zombie came into the pits. I think he come to 5-second stop go as well. So not sure what actually happened. He needs a front wing change, so that might explain it. But a few other guys coming into the lane a little bit later. Timmy in position 10. Penske obviously eventually made his way back into the lane with those 2 punctures. I'm a bit surprised he got 2 punctures on the left-hand side, but Timmy going for ultra soft tyres. I dare say Penske may be doing the same, and maybe a front wing change. Yes, he does. I believe that is anyway. Don't quote me on that, because there's always a little bit of a glitch with the tyres. So you can just see Timmy just letting the leaders go through here. And now there's a battle on here for effectively the podium. Fens here on Rain. It probably looks like that Fens maybe have a little bit of front wing damage. You can compare the 2 front wings, compare to Fens and Rain. There's a lot more. I think Fens has probably got a little bit of damage on the left-hand side. That was just an easy move for Rain there, back up onto the podium. It's a little bit of contact still going on between these 2. So no love lost between Dominator and Neon. So Dominator holds on for now, still back in the P5, so really toing and froing. Here's Penske, for some unknown reason, was battling these guys. Rain gave him a little bit of a shove there off the road. He was probably being a little bit of a nuisance to the leaders. And Rain and Fens got around the outsides, a little bit of contact, probably a bit more debris flying now. So possibly Rain may have a little bit of front wing damage, not too sure. Maybe Fens may have a little bit more. Again, I'm not really too sure, hard to say really, but this battle is really on here for effectively 3rd place. There's actually a little bit of debris gone there, so look at that. Every single bit of extension, track extension there. It just holds, oh, that's a bit close there between those 2. There's Fens coming the inside line. No, Rain has a little look on the inside. Can't quite do it. He's probably got a bit more front wing damage now in that Ferrari, so probably going to be struggling a little bit. Probably not as bad as Fens is, maybe, or about the same. So, and nothing between those guys. Now, while all this battle's going on here, Penske actually got back by Rain again, and Fens has started to pull away here. It's now brought Dominator into this battle. You can see how far Rain is going wide there. About turn 3. Let's say Dominator will be getting up and out of 5, possibly for 4th, and maybe even the podium here, because the tyres don't look too bad on his car. Gives Rain a little bit of a shove there. Gives a little tap, a little bump and run there, you could probably say, but that puts Dominator up into P4. And now be chasing after Fens for the race lead, for the final spot on the podium. Rain trying to have a nice run here, and Zombie actually got disqualified actually for too many amount of penalties for all the amount of corner cutting. There's a little bit of drama, I think, with Fens and Penske. It's just Penske just pulling out of the road there. Actually, there's a little bit of a moment there for Penske, but Neon's actually got by Rain as well, so that's put him up into P5, and Rain bailed way back into P6, so he's been swamped coming into the final couple of laps here. Now, I did say Dominator would be possibly fighting for the podium, and I wasn't wrong, because look at this, it's all over the back here of Fens. So there's the car pulling out of the road here. I think that's Timmy. And just look at the amount of pushing he's doing. He did cut a little bit here. This was, like I said, this is from Dominator's footage, so he did actually get the move done. We'll explain later what the heck's going on here, because you see all this drama going on ahead here with on Owens' point of view. You just see Dominator going out the inside there. Actually, Rain has a last-ditch bomb here. Last-ditch dive bomb on Neon Trito. Battle to the line, but fortunately with all these penalties, it actually gave Owens his first podium, I think, in TOR. But in the end, Warden dominated the race from New Zealand Ryan, and even though it probably looks like Rain's character in Ferrari as well on the podium, you'll see in the results column in the next there you go. So Owens actually got P3, Dominator 4th, Fens 5th, Rain 6th, Neon 7th, Jared 8th, Timmy 9th, and Penske rounded out to 10. Of course, the only 2 DNFs were myself and Master Berserk. So Yeah, a pretty terrible race for myself. I've really got to turn it around. I don't know where we are in the championship standings, if I'm completely honest. I'll be very surprised we're still in the top 10. But anyway, if you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. You can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more league racing content. We're getting right to the end on F1 2017. Be nearly F1 2018 very soon. But also, you can follow me on social media. The links are down in the description. But for the moment, guys and girls, until the finale next time out at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.